In a surprising twist, Jennifer Hudson has reportedly kicked Common out of her life for good. The two have allegedly parted ways, and rumors are circulating that their breakup happened quickly after some troubling details about Common's interest in Jennifer's wealth surfaced. But that's not the end of the story. Whispers suggest that Jennifer didn't just end the relationship, she took legal action, filing a lawsuit against Common. The lawsuit claims that Common took money from Jennifer that he didn't earn, which has shocked.
I'm in a relationship that is one of the most beautiful people I ever met in life. And she's smart, she loves God, she has something real down to earth about her. She's talented, but I set my standard kind of high because she had to have an EGOT. She had to win an Oscar on her first movie. I set my standard high. She had to get her own talk show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Despite Common's public declarations of deep love and a desire for a long-lasting commitment, Jennifer wasn't fooled. She saw through his charming exterior and recognized that Common was not someone she could trust. He may be skilled at winning people over with his smooth talk, but Jennifer realized that he wasn't the right person for her. If you look at his dating history, you might start to see a pattern that explains why Jennifer decided to end things. Let's take a look back at some of his previous relationships to get a clearer picture of who Common really is. Common's first significant relationship was with Kim Jones, with whom he was involved until 1998. Together, they had a daughter, Omoya Asata Lin. However, their relationship ended when their daughter was just 1 year old. In his 2019 memoir, Let Love Have the Last Word, Common opened up about how he had recently learned that Omoya felt he hadn't made enough of an effort to be involved in her life. He admitted that his breakup with Kim might have caused some of the emotional distance between him and his daughter. He explained that, like many parents, they had struggled to maintain a strong relationship after the breakup, which is a common issue for families going through difficult times. From 2000 to 2002, Common dated singer and songwriter Erykah Badu. The couple collaborated on music during their time together, including the songs Jimmy Was a Rock Star on Common's Electric Circus album and Love of My Life, an ode to hip-hop, on Badu's Worldwide Underground album. They also worked together on the soundtrack for the 2002 film Brown Sugar. Even years after their split, Common has spoken about Badu being his first love. He revealed in an interview that when they broke up, he was in a fog, not sure what direction his life was going in. Despite their split, Common maintains that there was no animosity between them and that their relationship just didn't work out. Another of Common's notable relationships was with actress Taraji P. Henson. They dated in 2005, but kept their relationship private for the most part.
I'm a host, and so I have to ask you this question, because everybody always want to know this. Are you dating anyone?
So, yes, and I'm in a relationship that is one of the most beautiful people I ever met in life. And she's smart, she loves God, she has something real down to earth about her. She's talented. Wait, what about you though? How is your love life?
Yeah, I'm dating as well, and I am very happy. Are you happy in your relationship?
Yes, this relationship is a happy place for me. It's like...
I love that you use the word happy place.
No, but seriously, it's like, for me, it's one of them things where I found where I can, seeing her happy actually makes me really happy. So I'm very grateful. I thank God each and every day, and I'm just letting God guide this relationship.
Because God is in it, right?
God is in it.
That's right.
Years later, Henson opened up about their time together, saying that it was the last real, long-term relationship she had. She also shared that their breakup had been hard on her son, Marcel, who was about 11 years old at the time. In response to Henson's comments, Common spoke fondly of her on a radio show, calling her a good woman. Hudson, in turn, supported Common by sharing a link to his single Testify on Twitter. From 2007 to 2010, Common had a relationship with tennis legend Serena Williams. In 2015, he talked about their time together, explaining that although not all of his exes remained friends with him, he and Serena had a mutual understanding and respect for each other. Common said that they didn't talk every day, but he cared about her and still wanted to see her succeed. Over the years, they've reunited professionally on a few occasions. In 2016, they both participated in an ESPN special about racism in tennis, and in 2018, they appeared together at an event hosted by political analyst Angela Rye. Common's relationship with Angela Rye was more recent. They were romantically linked from 2017 to 2018. Their first red carpet appearance together came at the Creative Arts Emmys in September 2017. However, by March 2018, it was reported that they had broken up. Rye later explained on her podcast that they had different goals for the future. She said they had talked about their relationship and realized that Common wasn't sure about having children, while she was leaning toward wanting kids. This difference in priorities led to their split. In 2019, Common began dating comedian and actress Tiffany Haddish. Their relationship started after they co-starred in the movie The Kitchen, but at first it was strictly platonic. Haddish later revealed that their friendship was never romantic at first, as she had her sights set on someone else. Eventually, though, they started dating, but that relationship didn't last either. Common and Haddish ended things, and once again, Common was at the center of a social media frenzy where his reputation seemed to be in a better light. But as with previous relationships, the reality was more complicated than it appeared on the surface. Through all of his relationships, Common has built a reputation for being someone who can charm his way into a person's life, and then, when things no longer suit him, move on quickly. This pattern has been consistent throughout his dating history. When it came to Jennifer Hudson, however, the tables turned.
Says the work he's doing on himself will help him fulfill a lifelong dream.
And you write a lot about you want to be a husband one day. You have a rather famous relationship coach.
Oh yeah, yes, Michelle Obama. She has definitely helped talk me through just certain moments of relationships. We had conversations, and she has given me a lot of wisdom. But one great thing that she told me as I was going through this journey was that you have to understand you're not going to get anybody that's perfect because you're not perfect. So understand that there's some certain things that you will compromise in choosing that partner. But as long as the core values, the values that are most important to you, that person, marks off on that list, then you good.
She gave some good advice there.
That's good wisdom.
Instead of Common ending things or moving on at his pace, Jennifer took control of the situation. She wasn't going to tolerate someone who seemed more interested in her wealth than in their relationship. Reports suggest that Jennifer felt Common was more focused on what he could gain from being with her than on actually building a meaningful connection. When Common proposed marriage to Jennifer, she rejected him. She made it clear that she wasn't willing to spend her life with someone who was only looking at her bank account. Common, who's used to being the one doing the rejecting, was reportedly hurt by her decision. Jennifer's response has made it clear that she's not afraid to stand up for herself. She's not interested in a man who isn't genuine, and this time, she wasn't going to let Common have his way. Some have even suggested that Jennifer's actions could be a form of karma that Common never saw coming. After all, he's been known to walk away from relationships when they no longer serve him, but this time, he was the one left behind. Looking back at the timeline of their relationship, it seems that Jennifer and Common first sparked dating rumors in 2022 when they worked together on the film Breathe. They were seen spending a lot of time together, and some observers noted that there was a lot of affection between them. However, Jennifer initially denied the rumors, saying that people were making up stories about their relationship. Later, though, an insider confirmed that they were indeed seeing each other. Their connection deepened while they were filming in Philadelphia, where they spent time together outside of work, enjoying each other's company. Ultimately, Jennifer Hudson's decision to end things with Common and take legal action against him has left many people shocked. She's not the first person to fall victim to his charm, but she seems to be the one to finally expose the cracks in his facade. Now, Common must face the consequences of his actions, and Jennifer is moving on with her life, free from someone who was never truly committed to her. The relationship between Jennifer Hudson and Common became more obvious when Common traveled to London to attend the premiere of the musical A Strange Loop, where Jennifer Hudson had a leading role. A source who spoke with the Daily Mail mentioned that while Jennifer and Common had been trying to keep their relationship private, traveling together to London was a clear sign that they were definitely a couple. Despite arriving separately to avoid attention, once they were away from prying eyes, they were clearly together. It seemed like Common was ready to publicly announce their relationship, but Jennifer appeared uncertain, needing more time to figure out if this was the right situation for her. It wasn't until January of the following year that they both confirmed their relationship on Jennifer's talk show. After this, many assumed that they would be more open about their relationship. However, some people were concerned, especially considering Common's history of turbulent relationships with other women. He had been in high-profile relationships with stars like Erykah Badu, Taraji P. Henson, and Serena Williams, all of which ended in messy breakups. But it wasn't until his involvement with Angela Rye that people really started to see the deeper issues. Angela had to guide him through basic relationship lessons, something that seemed surprising for a man of his age. Angela explained that Common often resisted conversations about commitment. She wanted to know if he was ready to settle down, but he kept avoiding the topic. They were talking for 2 months about their future, with Angela expressing that she wanted children, but Common was unsure. Angela realized that it wasn't going to work out, and when she ended things, Common moved on quickly, starting a new relationship with Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany and Common had a relationship after working together in the movie The Kitchen. Tiffany believed they had a future together, but once again, Common pulled back when she started to get serious. Tiffany later revealed that Common had lied about their breakup, claiming it was mutual when in fact, he had told her that their relationship had run its course. She was left hurt and frustrated, especially since she had seen a future with him. Given his track record, it was understandable that Jennifer Hudson might have been hesitant to fully commit to him. Reports say that Common proposed to Jennifer, but she declined. A source told Radar Online that one of the reasons for her refusal was his reputation as a player, and her past experience with her ex-husband, David Otunga, made her even more reluctant to walk down the aisle again. After her engagement to David fell apart, Jennifer swore she would never marry again. Jennifer and David had been engaged since 2008, and they welcomed their son just a year later.